Welcome to part 4 of the Gibson Les Paul modeling in Blender. I'm calling it a tutorial, but I'm not exactly teaching anything. You hopefully can watch what I'm doing and see me stumble around here and try to get a guitar out of this. But as I've said in previous videos, I am a relatively beginner modeler in Blender. And so I'm just trying to find ways to make things work and get a pleasing result. All right. So with that said, this is where we are so far with the Les Paul. We've modeled the body. All right. There may be a few tweaks that have yet to be done. I'm not going to do anything on the back side of it. All right. I'm just going to do the front side and sort of render it from a position, something like that. What we need to do is work on the neck. And I will say that one of the issues that I've got, come to my top view with my reference picture. This reference picture is just from the internet. If you were to search for probably, I think it was Gibson Les Paul clip art, you could find that if you wanted to use it. And it's got a couple of issues in terms of centering and all, so I'm going to have to go sort of off grid soon. But the problem that I realize is when I modeled this and I did this part, I couldn't see the back, and I didn't know how far to go over to make this part here, and it's not very sharp here, but I've actually gone back in and I've straightened it out a little bit, and now that I've already got my bevel on, there's not much more that I could do. I mean, I could spend a lot more time, but it's good enough for this guitar. I think next time I did this, I would pay more attention to this part, which is supposed to be sort of sharp going into the neck. But again, you know, I'm just trying to get a guitar out of this, and you know, I'm not being super accurate. I just want something that looks relatively nice. All right. So I have put off doing the neck. I've been putting it off because it is a problem, or it had been a problem. I think I figured out how I want to do this. Now, I mean, I did another guitar. This is the one that I'm going for, something like that. And if you were to look closely here, you would see some of the same problems. I had a really hard time up here because I modeled this as two separate pieces, and that was not a great way of doing it. I'm going to try to model it as one piece and then bend the head down after I've made all this hardware here. So you know, this is what I'm going for, and I'm going to just keep at it. All right. Okay. So with that said, the way I'm just going to spline model it or vertex model it, whatever. So I'm going to bring in a plane and start this thing up. Now again, we're going to have some issues with centering and following the diagram, so I'm just going to have to sort of wing it a little bit. So I'm going to go into that plane and go into wireframe mode and grab these points and pull them in. And maybe I'll grab these points and pull them back to where the pickup would be. So this is going to be here, and that's how it's going to go. And this dot is roughly over that pole. This dot is sort of mid, so that's close enough for the moment. So I think what I want to do is I just want to model half and mirror it to the other side. So I'll delete those vertices. And I'm going to start with this one, and you can see as I bring it up, the neck tapers. That's going to make it a hassle for putting the frets in, but I think I'm going to go ahead and bring this point in anyhow, and just live with it. All right, and I may have to adjust the frets a little bit later on as well. So that would be my first line, my first piece there. And then we would have the bridge right there. Now I'm going to, or the head nut, sorry. I'm going to do that as a separate piece, so I'm just going to bring this up to maybe there. And then I'm going to just start. So I'm going to hit E to extrude and G for grab. I've been calling it go, and I may be doing that. I'm going to go maybe a little quicker than I have before, and it may not be super accurate, but this part is going to be further from the camera. I'm not going to do any close-up renders of this, so I'm just going to go for it. And you'll see when I mirror this over, it's not going to be exact, so I'm going to have to mess around with that, but that's okay. This part does go relatively quickly. One of the problems that I have, I really do like doing it this way because it is quick and I do get some nice curves, is once I've got these edges done, I tend to just put a face on it and I get this big n-gon, which is fine for doing booleans and beveling and stuff, relatively fine for beveling, although you're going to see I'm going to have some trouble with the up here. In fact, if I was smarter, I would know ahead of time the problems, because when I bevel this, the vertices are going to go over each other, and then I'm going to try to cut them away and fix them, and you're going to think I'm nuts. But if I was smarter, I would know ahead of time how I have to lay these points. I'm not at that level with my Blender abilities yet. In fact, you're saying, what kind of corner was that? Someday maybe, but I'm not there yet. So I'll just have to try to fix up anything that looks terrible and go with it for now. So I'll just go around this outline and then I'll mirror it. Maybe I'll do one more right to the sort of center. Okay, so I've got that. And I'm going to come down here. And I'll take this one, E to extrude, G on the X to, that's not my center point. That's okay though. All right, so I'd have that. All right, come out of there, add a mirror modifier, and I'll get close. All right, how far are we off on? That's all right. I'm just going to apply that. Come back in and see what's going on up here. Okay, so I'm going to grab these 2 points, and I'm going to hit F to make another face, and then I'm going to hit W to subdivide, and I'll take that point and I'll just go down in the Y a little bit, just like that, so they're joined at least. I'll come down here and I'll grab these 2 points. I think I'll just merge, Alt-M, merge at center. Okay, so I would have that piece done. Let's go back in, or was I already in? Select it, hit F to make a face. So there is my big face, and this obviously can't be subdivided very well, but it really works well for, the contour looks great. So, well, E to extrude that, and I'll bring it up a little bit, and I'll just leave it at that. Let's go out of wireframe and have a look. Okay, let's select it all, and normals recalculate outside. And I'll do apply rotation and scale. I'll bring this up, zoom in. Okay, and then I may have to make that thicker or maybe not. I don't have exact measurements. I don't have a side view. I'm going to model from this piece the part that joins there, and that is the thing that has given me so much grief, and yet I've got a relatively simple way to do it. Hopefully it won't give me too much of a problem. But before I do that, let me just decide if I like the thickness. And yeah, maybe I'll make it a little bit thicker. I'll scale it in Z. I'm not going to be doing the bindings and stuff like that and making it all fancy. Just procedural textures or shaders at the end with the node editor, and that'll be it. But all right, let's see how well it lined up. Is it already a problem? What have I done? How did I get off the mark so much here? Why is it looking so wrong? Or can I just grab that point there and pull it out? No, that would be stupid, wouldn't it? Or can I grab these points? I wonder what I have done. It is 3D, right? So, okay. Okay, well, let's have a closer look at how it comes. Yeah, it's... That is strange. All right, well, what if I just scale these on the X? Oh, no, I'm not going to pull that, don't worry. If I pull the whole thing over a little bit and just quit using the diagram. Except for fret placement. I think it's going to be all right. And up here, well, let me just go back. GX and see what happened down here. Oh, it's all right. I'll make it. I'll put, and then I can pull it over later. So, did I botch anything up? Let me see. Look at it again. How is it looking? Maybe it has to go down a bit. All right. Okay. Well, just for the sake of the tutorial and all and getting it done, we will probably be okay. Let me look at that in wireframe. Okay, that's pretty close anyhow. Or do I want to move it over just while I place those holes? G and the X, and then maybe move it and scale it and stuff like that. All right, well let's do that. So now what I'm going to do is Shift A, give me a cylinder, and bring her up. And how can I do this? Why is my I thought when I did set origin on something, all of a sudden it brought my transform. Do I have to, do this always? I don't know. Is the transform tied to that? It wasn't before. I don't know if I'm just tired today or what it is. But at any rate, yeah, that's bothering me now. See, why? What am I doing wrong? Origin to geometry. Why is everything not moving? I'm on global. Stupid. Yeah, I did that before. Oh, I'm just so glad I solved it. I did that before. I might have my pivot wrong because I was practicing bending the neck. Okay, so I'm going to make a hole like that, right? So let's have a look at that cylinder. and make sure that it'll be big enough to cut through. Scale it to Z. Okay, great, cool. Okay, Shift D, I'll copy it over to this location here. Shift D, Shift D. That's fine. Not worth futzing with. Shift D. That, and we'll have that. Okay, great. So I'm going to grab all these and I'm going to group them together or join them together. Okay, let's try right in the middle. Yeah, good. Okay, so let's get out a wireframe and have a look at that. So I'm going to Boolean through, but just before I do that, let me make sure. Have I done this already? Calculate and that. I think I probably did, but okay. So let's do a Boolean difference. Cross your fingers. Yeah. Okay, it worked. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Don't know if I need these. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm doing pegs. I think I am. Using those. And I'm not going to do anything fancy for the tuning posts, pegs. And then what do you call those things on the side? Tuning keys, perhaps? So these could fit. I can make them a bit smaller. Just go in and I'm not very good with scaling with numbers. I'm not sure I know how to do that, but I do all want them the same. So can I just go like if I go scale 0.9? Are you kidding me? And that's just let me check. Scale 0.9. Oh, for God's sakes. Is that all there is to it? Is that all I would want? I might just do stuff like that, and then maybe I'll bevel the inside, and I don't really care if there's like little holes, little light can catch in there. I'm going to be rendering it from, back there. You could do whatever you want down here. Cool. Okay, scale 0.9. I'll just do that for now. Scale 0.9. What happened? Did this one not work? Did I not get the whole thing? Scale 0.9. Or did I do that twice now? Maybe I scaled just the top and it's like that. Whatever. Oh, it might be one of those days. Scale 0.9. Okay. Yeah, I think I may have done that. I don't really care. If I did, I could probably flip this over, couldn't I? How is it going? Boom. Rotate X 180, and just in case I did. So now what would I do? I'm just experimenting. Why is it doing that? Do I want it coming out the back? I don't really care about the underside. Sorry, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. What am I doing here? I can just bevel these. Can I bevel all of them at the same time? Oh yeah, obviously it'll have to be a little bit taller for the strings to go in there. Let's see if I can just bevel these all. No. You know, and I'd have the strings attached there. Looks like they're in a little hole. I'm not going to worry about putting any hardware under the bottom there. You know, you might see it, but not worried about it. Okay, I'll leave it at that for the moment, and we'll come back here, and I'm going to. Well, the cursor's right there, so that's fine. Use a plane. Scale it down. Go into it. Vertex and wireframe, and have a look at this. Yeah, scale in the Y actually really doesn't matter, because what I'll do is I'll probably just start with this 1 point. So no, I'm going to merge all these there, actually bring it there, and I'm just going to do what I usually do. Let's get rid of that. Okay. E and grab, or go. We'll just quickly get the shapes of these, and I'll do the same thing. Oops. That might be a little bit weird. Could probably mirror it, right? But me and mirroring doesn't always work. And you're saying, that's the simplest thing, idiot. Well, what are you talking about? Well, I do love learning, you know, stuff when I don't really always know what I'm doing, and then going to the internet trying to solve it, and a lot of times being able to finally solve it. That might be sharp as well, but I don't think it'll matter. Certainly not keeping with what I did on the other side in terms of positioning of points or anything. Yes, but we have fun, and we get a guitar out of this, hopefully. That looks a little bit like a real guitar, and that's all I'm going for. That's all. I don't have super high expectations. That's not to put myself down by any means. I just realize, you know, we got some limitations right now, and we're having fun, and that's the most important thing. It's not a job. There's nobody that's going to be really watching, although I hope somebody watches. Yeah, okay. I'll do one more. Let's bring it real close and merge those. Wherever I merge them, I don't care. Okay, cool. So I would have that, and I can go ahead and put a face on it. I like working in face view. E to extrude, and bring it up a little bit. Select them all. Normals, recalculate outside. Apply rotation and scale. Get out of wireframe mode. I'll bevel that a bit, and it'll hopefully look okay. Let's bring it up, see if it's close to the right thickness. Maybe it does need to be thicker. Maybe even a little thicker than that. How about that? All right, and I'll do this one more time. I'll bevel this, but I'll do it the inside way, just the edges. Yeah, good. Just one. That's going to be fine. If I smooth shade it, I might have to make some adjustments, but that's okay. Does that look good to you? Yeah. Oh, geez, I don't know if I'm going to be tilting them. Yeah, we'll see. I'll put the 3D cursor right there, and I'll make a cylinder. Scale it down, rotate Y 90, bring it out, and scale it down, and that'll be how I'll connect them. Okay, scaling the X. Sure, it's sticking 5 miles in both of them. Maybe I'll smooth that though. Okay, let's look and see how that looks. Is that maybe not thick enough actually? I want to scale it in everything except for X. Scale Shift X. Yeah, maybe that, just in case you see a little bit of that. Okay, so what if this and this, join those together? I guess I got the smoothing on, that's fine. And let's have a look down from the top and see. Let me just copy this down to here. Yeah, I'll just go in and and that's not necessarily in a different position, is it? Okay. Oh, what did I do? Yeah, this one's going to be closer as the thing narrows. Okay, that's all right. Suppose you could mirror it across a particular axis, right? All these things. Well, so now I'll go in here and I'm just going to grab. Now, do I have faces on these that I need to get rid of? Doesn't even look like I have faces, but I probably do, right? Yeah. Okay, well, I'll pull that in and then I'll get rid of that face. And this one. I think I may need to pull this in just a bit too. Or am I nuts? No, that's fine. I'll get rid of this face. Okay. That one's not in yet. Okay. Is that okay? Oh yeah, and the question of whether or not they're at the right height. I think they're all right. What did I do with this one? Did I already take the faces off this one? I don't know if I did so. Whatever. A couple faces are gonna make the end of the world. So Shift D, rotate Z 180, and yeah, make sure that's in. Just because it's a little lopsided. Shift D. This is the X. There's no chance that I could go like this, is there? Oh, yeah, and then whatever. Take Z 180. Nah, it didn't quite work. Okay, let's eyeball it now. Looks fine, right? Okay, cool. Do I want to come in here and my inside? Not yet. Okay. So I still have those selected, right? I wonder if they're all selected, if I could just... No, that's not going to work. I'm just thinking. Yeah, and then I'll futz around trying to get the exact edge. You know, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth trying to do anything with this. Let's try it. Did that not work well because of the topology? I mean, I could put a ring in there. Yeah, I mean, there's some issues there. Just wait till you see what's going to happen later when I do when I bevel this. It might be worth putting putting something in there. What if I was to, yeah, bring in a circle way the hell over there. Let's just look down on the thing. I don't know if I'll ever get this exactly right, but it might not matter. This may or may not be a smart idea. Go into it, give it a face, just so I can see what's going on. Can I inset from here? Yeah. Am I insetting right? Why do I feel like that's weird? I don't know why. Maybe it is weird. Can't really see much of anything. Well, I can adjust it. First of all, I can't stand working in that mode. What if I did that and then deleted that face and then took it? I do think so. The long way around. What if I just did that? Let me just check it out. And bring it down and bevel that. I bet you that might look okay. I'll never get them equally spaced, mind you. Let's see if I can just do it without all the other stuff. Yeah. Just put one and just have it jutting into the body there. Make that silver or something. All right, I'll try that anyhow. I don't think. Okay, Shift D. Close enough. Yeah, I guess I don't want the hole sticking out. Maybe I didn't have to make a hole in it. And then that ends up my booleans that weren't necessary. Oh, this is how the inexperienced work, but we enjoy it. Does that look good, or does that look ridiculous? I kind of like it. Well, we're going with it. So I got these all together. So I'm going to grab this, and this. I'm going to join. I'm scared to join it to the head, before I... So why don't I'm just going to group all of this stuff together, I think. Okay, just getting organized. I get to turn some of these in alternate directions. Okay, enough wasting time. We got to get down to this part, don't we? All right, how are we doing with the video? Wow, 35 minutes, and this is all we've got. Okay, now, because this is like an N-gon, I think, except for that stuff, maybe, I can't put cuts in this uh, to do anything, because what I want to do is I want to bring some stuff down here. But what I can do, oh yeah, what I can do is I can take this and I'll move it out. No, maybe you'll just. Can you make one thing like a wireframe and the other thing not? That would be really useful. But probably in the end it doesn't matter. Make it all wireframe. So I'm going to go into this. I'll go into wireframe, and what I'm thinking is I do have some polys at the end here. Is that how thick it is there? And I can adjust this, right? So I think what I'm going to do is bring this back to a certain position over here where I would want to extrude out, and then extrude out from there down, and I'll make that curve here and then bring this back. So this is going to be a little bit just guesswork, so I'll show you what I'm getting at, what I was thinking I could do to solve this. So I'm going to go eat extrude, and actually, do I just bring the whole thing back? Let me try that first. And because I've done that, and maybe this is horrible technique to use, but it seems to work, I can now put like cuts here. So I could, and I don't know where I'm going to put them. I'm just going to put maybe 3 of them or something. This will not be the smoothest curve you've ever seen. But because of that, I could now, and you know what? Just for the moment, I'll get rid of the grid. Where's the display? Get rid of the grid. I could now grab these edges. I'll grab them all. Is there another one in there? And actually, and this front one. And I can pull, no, that's not what I want to be doing. Time out. Oh, sorry. It's this I want to be getting out of. Yeah, sorry, I forgot, yeah. I don't want that first one. I'll get back into wireframe. So I guess you can see what I'm going to do now. This is the only way that I could see making this work. All right, I'm going to pull down, and then I'm going to deselect these ones. Pull down a bit more. Yes, indeed. No. And I'll pull down a bit more. Let's see how horrible that looks. What I could also do is, let's see if I can grab the whole ring. Did I get all of it? Let's see if I pull them back. And it's not as much of a curve. It's just, I'm going to bevel, but that's going to be about it. Actually, I think I want it a bit deeper down here. It's not going to be a beautiful curve, but it'll look okay. And then I'm going to render from like that. Yeah, most disappointing part to me, to be very honest with you. And it's probably actually very simple modeling. Maybe I make a nice curve. But what have I done here? I mean, I can put in a few more cuts if that's what we want to see. Then I'll do that. And maybe I could be using vertices instead, but oops, not 6 there. Maybe I'll just do it this way. You know, I don't know either way, but I'll grab these. Maybe I'll grab those ones too. And I'll bring them down somewhere around there, and then I'll bring these other ones up a little bit. Yeah, this part really did not go well for me. And of course, it's not just this. What is it I want to be doing? I'm not quite seeing the structure in my head yet. Again, not really being an artist, to visualize these things. It's probably not exactly one. Oh, maybe I could have another one in there, but let's just see if that's going to give us anything. That's not a curve. Okay, let's just keep working on the shape. And then we'll maybe be better off. What am I doing? Why can't I see a curve in my head today? Do I need one more there? Is that what it is? Oops. Tell me that's what I need. No, it is a curve. I mean, it is a curve, so come on. Give me a break, please. Oh, okay. Now, you know, I'm not going to taper it in or have it rounded here. This is what it's going to be, okay? And I'm just hoping it's good enough. So let me take this. Let me make sure, first of all the normals are like that. Let me do my apply rotation scale. And the next issue is going to be to try and bevel this. Make sure it goes all the way around. And not do too many of those. Okay, and I'll grab that one too. I'll straighten that one out at the end. Let's see if we're ready to roll. Okay, I'm going to give it a try. Control B, pull down. Yeah. I'm just going to give it 1. Have a look at it. Now this is where I'm going to have my problems, but otherwise that's possibly going to be okay. I'll come back up to that in a minute. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. So I want that. And this whole row, I think I better go in a wireframe. Make sure, yeah. Okay, good. Oh, I'm going to get confused here. In wireframe. No, not that. What are you doing? Oh boy, start again. Okay, I'm coming out of wireframe for now. I'll do all this top part and then I'll go back there. Get out of there. So far so good. Don't lose your selection, buddy. Okay, frame. Did I get it? Did it go all the way? I may have to grab the back, I'm not sure, but that's okay. Oh. Control B. That's it. And that's how I'm going to do, you know, it's not going to be a subsurf, it's going to be that. Okay? So, save this. Come in now. Okay, all you professional polygoners, what do I do? Well, you're not going to answer me right now, so I am not going to be doing what you probably would say. What I'm going to do is the unthinkable, probably. I think I'm going to merge those where at last. And should I merge those? Let me try it. No. Bad move, right? Should I just try to build a face? Did I just build a face without? No. Actually, what I did before is I cut it all out and I redid it. Yeah, that's all screwed up, right? How about if I merge these? This is probably not what I should be doing, right? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so I'm sorry about this. This is not a great way of doing things, I'm sure, but what can you do, huh? What can you do? And of course, I will have lost my face, but that's okay. I'll just do that part again. You know, is this going to be an issue? You know, if I zoom out, you know, is that going to be a problem? Have I just made it worse? I don't think so. How could it be worse? It does look somewhat worse, doesn't it? What would happen if I merge those? You're going, don't do it, don't do it. No, don't do that. Okay. This whole thing, eh? Do I need this? Would it not be better? See, the problem is I'll never be able to recreate exactly what I did on all the other ones. I just won't remember. You're all going, congratulations, that looks better. I don't know if it does. All right, I'll just go through them and I'll mess around, and we'll have a few different varieties of ends, but it's really not going to be seen, which is not I'm sure a good way of doing things, but you know, at this point, I'm happy to do that. Could these things not just be merged? And then do that, and then maybe adjust this point if need be. And I'm not sure need actually be right now. Yeah, that's definitely different. Or is it the same? I don't know. Top and the bottom. Okay. Goodbye, face. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that I should be doing something with this. Just to make it look a little better. But okay, wow. Oh. Missing in action there. Okay, great. Well, you know, it's coming along in its own way. I can't really see this one. Let's see what's all messed up. Okay, maybe those. these. Yeah, okay. I should probably select one and then I could do some. What was I doing? And probably maybe it wasn't a good idea to merge them. Maybe I could do 4 and 4 or something like that. Maybe you can just do one poly here for all I know. What if I try that? Is that like against the law to do that? Does it change things a lot? Does it look okay like from a distance? Let's say we just leave it like that and see how it would look. Geez, I didn't lose my entire face? What's with that? Gosh. I thought I would. I hope I saved at some point back there. Oh, yes. All right. One more time from the top. Yeah, I'll do the top. Actually, this one I hope goes quick. It might. I might have it all. Oh, you know what? I think I did this before, and I actually my booleans are gone after that, which I don't even need them anyhow. Yeah. You know what? Between you and me, no one's ever gonna know, right? Because we're not gonna tell them. That's it, right? I got those cylinders, lucky I got those cylinders there, and I got my little things there. That's it. How about that, though? You know, let's never do that again. Let's never do it that way anyhow. Let's come in here and adjust the end of the neck here. I can even just grab these and just pull. No, you know what? I won't do it that way. Let's we'll go into wireframe, and I'll grab all of these, and I'll go scale Y 0. Good. And from top view, we don't even really need to. We don't pull it in too much. Yeah, that. I don't even think I want to deal with that. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something. Maybe it's just that I have to. Yeah, I have to move the whole neck over. Now, what is attached and what isn't attached? I am going to commit to this, so I'm gonna join that stuff. Right. So I now have. Did that one not go, or is that all of them? What's that? What's that doing there? Are any of these attached? They all are, except that one wasn't. Fine. Okay, now, because I'll bend that later. At this point, I'm going to be saying, almost ready to say goodbye to that image. I'll just use it for fret placement. So let's see what it looks like if we move this a bit. Go in or grab in the X. You know, so I'm looking at the pickup, and I'm also looking at that corner. And I don't want this to overlap, to come out. That might be okay, though. What do you think? Does it look a little bit like a guitar? You know, initially when I was making these, I wanted to do, here I'll show you what my point was for, or what got me started on doing guitars. This stuff, this, okay? I was making these little sort of charm-like things. And I did, this is sort of an ovation, but without the rounded back. And then I, you know, because I was happy with the shape of this, and it looked a little bit like a guitar, then I thought, okay, let me try a guitar, and that's, you know, that's when I did the Les Paul. And that's what brings me to this. So, I mean, this has really definitely pushed my abilities. I know it's not hard to do so far, and I know I struggle with probably some things that other people have done for quite a while and would go, it's actually very simple, and I'm doing it the wrong way. But, I mean, to me, this looks good. I mean, good enough. I know where the problems are, and I'm willing to live with that for now until I get better. So this neck does look a little thin, whatever. So Jimmy, hope you like the thin neck. And I don't know if there's anything I can do now that I've joined it. I could de-join that and bring it down, but I think I'm okay with that. And you guys can mess around with it. Let's lay some frets down and have it look even more like a guitar. And then we will be saying goodbye to that image, and we'll be close to being done anyhow. So I'm going to not go into this. No, thank you. Let's just go use in wireframe. Now, yeah, I just want the placement of the frets. I don't care anymore about the picture. So, I forgot to model that. Oh well, I may or may not do that. I'm going to create a cube. Yeah, I forgot to model that thing. Well, that's a separate piece anyhow, and I might do that. And yeah, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do about the head nut. I'm just going to model something here that will sort of take its place for now and be a bit bigger than the frets. So I'm just going to leave that there, but I'm going to copy this and bring it up to the first fret, and I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with these. Nothing too crazy. Scaling the Y, just thin pieces. Scaling the Z. I don't think I think what I'll do is just like a simple bevel, so you can see them, but I'm not going to curve these edges down or anything. So let's come out of wireframe and let's try that. And let's bring that up as well for later. You know, so yeah, I know it doesn't look good with them sticking out. Scale the X. I'll get one position and then we'll mess around with the others. Or am I going to curve those? You know, if it didn't kill me to do it, could I just do it? Oops. Okay, so they're not ready. They should be ready now. I don't know if it's just too much of an insignificant detail. Nothing's insignificant, I realize that. If you want to do a good job. It's silly to say it that way. Actually, you know what I will do then? If we do want these just to shine, if I can get both sides. Just like that. Then that'll be fine. And maybe a little narrower. Let's go with that for now and see how it looks. Okay, so wireframe mode. And I'm hoping I didn't taper the neck. I can't remember if I did or not. You know, because then I have to change the size of these. But I might just put them all in for now, unless one looks glaringly wrong. And it's starting to look wrong. I can see it's overlapping there and it isn't here, so we may have to stretch these. And perhaps I should have put them in before I did any stretching of the neck, and then everything may have been stretched together. Okay, so my goal will be maybe just to touch that line and go a little bit over. And that'll be it. That's good. That's okay. That's fine. So just copying and moving. And scaling periodically. if these look good, I am just going to attach them to the neck right off the bat. And I'll do any of my texturing or coloring, really is more what it is, later on. Even have to reselect every little piece, I don't care. As long as I get the modeling done. Oh, that's good enough. I think it's good enough. Let's see, maybe I'll scale that one. I'm getting close to the body now. Sorry for the length of this video. And did I just copy another one on top of itself? Yeah, I did. I don't know why I did that. Scale on the X. Hold the shift to make it go a bit slower. Scale on the X, shift. Okay. There is one right there, is there not? Let's just keep going down. Scaling these in the X. I don't think that's going to be overly noticeable either. I mean, it depends. If it looks far off, then yeah, but it may not be very noticeable. Again, not a good philosophy, perhaps, but a bit of a protective one. If it's not going to be noticed, then, you know, if you can't do anything about it, don't worry. Let's see how she looks. Look down this way. Yeah, because they're beveled, I can't see them. You know, they may not even be high enough. Whoa. Nice low action and everything. Whatever. That's good enough. We just want them there. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to grab these and I'm going to make them a part of the neck. And maybe I'll stop the video at that point, and then we'll decide where we go from there. What are some of the last few things we need to model, and then move on to very simple material. So I'll join all those, and then I'll join them to the neck, and we should be good. Are we good? Obviously the bridge nut and stuff like that. Yeah. I always had the feeling that this neck looked too long, but you know, I'm just modeling from the image. So there we go. So far, there's our Gibson Les Paul, and we'll move on with hopefully maybe the last part soon. So thanks for watching.